Afternoon, guys. Gloves up, drugs down. How's all down? Gloves up, drugs down. How's all about? What is up to the day, guys? Got to just bounce on, do a wee kind of mid-afternoon live to catch up on the other day there when I was mentioning about the people calling others like junkies and stuff like that, and how they're meant to get a chance to move on in life if people are not giving them a chance. Right? So that's how I jumped on today, just to remember myself. Either if you just started watching, I'll wait till it builds up a wee bit, then I'll start getting into what I'm talking about here. But as I say, thanks for everybody for their views, subs, likes, and all your nice comments. It's been good. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So thanks for that, bless you. But as I say, yeah, moving on, right? Moving on. What's your definition of moving on? Right? You come off your heroin and you're going to methadone, right? So what's your opinion, or what's your expectations of moving on? What do you think moving on means after that? And you know, I'm talking about, like, if your pal is calling you a junkie, right? When you're trying to put yourself on your feet, they know you can't stay out of trouble and try to show a positive way, right? That all you're doing is getting scrutinised all the time by, let's say, your friends, whatever. That's no fair. You know what I mean? Because you'll not get the chance to move on then, right? So this is what I'm here to talk about today. Is what do you think about when your friends are calling you a junkie and while they're taking crack, coke, whatever, right? But they think taking cocaine, right, is nothing like being a heroin user or anything like that, right? So would you call a cocaine user a junkie? Just what they'd call you a junkie because you take heroin, right? That's what I'm getting at. So what would you define as a junkie? And that's what I'm trying to get here. So let's hear your comments. And as I say, mine's is anybody with an addiction. Anybody with an addiction is a junkie. It's proven fact. And it's a proven fact. Anybody with an addiction is a junkie. And a junkie is a nasty word, right? Because as I say, a junkie is a person who worked and stuff like that. So when you go, as I say, the friends, right, that know you used to be on heroin, right? You're on methadone now. You're trying to get yourself settled down and get yourself coming off it. But they like to use the junkie word, right? Just because they use cocaine, right? And they know that you are on methadone. You know what I mean? So how are you meant to move on if your pals, whatever, are calling you that on a daily basis? And you can't move on. You can't move on. So what you've got to do is you've got to cut yourself away from that circuit. And you've got to cut yourself away from that circuit of people which are not going to be able to move on because they think taking cocaine in a fight is not a crackhead and not a junkie. So you're fighting a losing battle there. And so you're better off just disconnect yourself away from the people because you're not going to go anywhere with it. Well, you're just going to argue all the time. And no. And same with the hepatitis C rate, right? Hepatitis C rate in Scotland is down to cocaine users, not heroin users, cocaine users. So that's another thing people need to start thinking about too. It's not just people that take heroin that end up with hepatitis C. 90% is people with cocaine you see getting into these places. and getting the hepatitis C fixed and that, eh? Google it, research it. You know what I mean? It's a proven fact. Well, Ross, you've got it bang on one, mate. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to get it right. Now, if your pal, right, if you're on the road to recovery, right, if you're on the road to recovery and you're trying to get the heroin stigma away from you, right, and you've been clean for God knows how long on methadone and that, right, then you're going out to nightclubs and you're going out or you're going away, whatever, and you're with your pals and you're all having a laugh, a joke, and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, you've always got your pal that will bring you down. You know what I mean? I've got the method or something like that, right? So if you're going to book the kind of people, how are you meant to move on? You know what I'm talking about? How are you actually meant to move on if you've got all your pals that you've hung about all your life continue to call you a junkie when you've been on methadone for a long time and you've been clean with that stuff. And so just because they take cocaine doesn't mean to say that they're any better than the heroin user. You know what I mean? Because as the stats show that cocaine users are the biggest Hep C carriers in Scotland at the moment, and that's what I'm trying to get at. And so, if your pals or anybody in society are calling you a junkie, how are you meant to move on? You know what I mean? What's the point of getting the script then? Because at the end of the day, the methadone script is to get you off and away to that kind of situation and get you back into work, the way of living, managing your benefits, managing yourself, and as I say, just generally looking after yourself. So if you've got all that right, and you're doing that well, and as I say, you keep getting people putting you down. So how are you meant to? How are you meant to? You know what I mean? How are you meant to do that when you go people putting you down? You can't. It's impossible. And you know what I mean? It's like trolls, right? So, trolls. They continuously boom, 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 and bad, but put videos up, do this, do that, and it's just to piss you off. And but you know who it is, but you just need to let it go there. And but it's the same way the white and the brown. You go to realise who your circle of friends are, who your real circle of friends are, and go, right, well, I'm not hanging about them because I'm not getting put down with this anymore. You know what I mean? Why should you be put down or be a sheep and follow them? You know what I mean? Didn't be. Because at the end of the day, if you're on methadone and you're stable in the methadone, right, stick at it, right, and have yourself maybe a 3-year plan and say, right, well, I'm at this much and I'm reducing and I will be after the end. Because you don't need methadone for 10 years. You didn't need it. And it's a proven fact. You don't need methadone for any longer than 2 years. And that's fact. But you get all these people that just take methadone because it's give them a charge in the morning. So you can go away and abuse the script. And as I say, get up in the morning and go, oh, it's all right. I've not got a charge a day, but I won't go methadone. Now, see people like that, they should be struck after script. And because at the end of the day, they're only taking up people's chances. They're actually trying to get away with a life of shit. And where they're sitting abusing it. You know what I mean? It's a vicious world. And to me, as I say, that's what was annoying me. The other day there when I was out walking the dog and I mentioned the J word. And I was like, how can you know what I mean? How can you move on with that side of life if people keep calling you? And you know what I mean? You can't. You can't. And like competitions and jealousy and stuff like that, it's no a big game, you know what I mean? It's real life, you know what I mean? And it's people's lives you're talking about, and it's no, you know what I mean? I think you should be flung about or shouting because it's no, they're not to do with anybody what your treatment is or anything like that of what you're doing. And so you know what I mean? You got a lot of two-faced people that's on heroin, right? And on methadone. You got a lot of two-faced people, right? they'll sit and call you for everything, right? While they're sitting there doing what they're doing, right? But when you're out there trying to better your life and do stuff for things, right? They didn't like it, so they target you, and they target you, right? And they keep targeting you, keep challenging you, because I want you to go back down. You know what I mean? But Danny, keep your head above the water, let it wear you, and just, as I say, keep your goal and what you want in the future. And it's not about the now, it's about your future. And as I say, we all have moments, we all have failures in life, but then it's only you that can mend that. You know what I mean? It's only you who can actually mend that. But as I say, there's a lot of people out there now. It's I don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's like if they're trying to get a medal or something. You know what I mean? And listen, I do this for somebody and for the youth of Falkirk, right? I'm no anti doing it for fucking views, subs, and all that. I'm no, right? But I didn't ask for nothing. I don't ask for not a thing. And money, channel no money tied. It's no nothing. I don't want nothing. As I say, I'll do it on myself. You know what I mean? No done to KLSB for the donation to Glasgow. No done to them. That's Falkirk helping Glasgow out, the food bank. So well done to them. So as I say, it's all about sharing and caring, and that's what it is. There's no need for all this aggro in the world, all this and all that, because it's only materialistic stuff. It's we're on the one struggle. So why argue when you're on the same struggle? It's silly. You know what I mean? You're better all coming together. You know what I mean? So it makes a bigger crowd. So the more help you get, then the more help the people get to help feed Scotland. And because with the food shortages and the shelves and the rest of it, you know what I mean? And you've got people arguing on Facebook. You know, it's YouTube and Facebook too. And it's fucking stupid because it's their silly thing. Meaningless things. And you know what I'm talking about. But what we should be focusing on now is getting, as I say, help and help each other. And as I say, I'm out, as I say, remember me kind of thing to do. And I'm doing great. I'm just plodding along. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm just plodding along, doing my wee videos and helping people. And you go to, you know what I mean? In the day, man, there's no point sitting about. And well, there you go, Karen. I know people who have been off. I know people who've been off here. I'll tell you, but I got exactly. Well, Karen, I'm going to tell you something now, right? I have no been. I've started my American script in August 2009, right? And I've never took, and I can spit down in all my ranges life, right? I've never took heroin. The day that day that chemist gave me my American script, I couldn't have. I've never took heroin for it, right? That was 2009, right? And now they're just starting to reduce me. This is 2021, and that's I'm just starting talking about reducing me. I was only meant to be on it for 2 years. That's what the doctor told me. You should only be on it for 2 years. Every medical patient should be reviewed. It's 18 months or something like that to see how they're going. Like if they're misusing drugs or anything like that, blah blah blah. And if they're no, then it's a slow reduction to get them back up. I've no fucking heard anything. And that's from CADS, Local Community Addiction Services. And you know what I mean? And as I say, they do a wonderful job. They do a cracking job. But they're overlogged. And the staff shortages, they're overlogged. there's too many deaths in Falkirk, so they're going to do all this and do that. And that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I'm at Change Grow Live now, and that's a place where, like, the next stage is coming up in Methuen, being on Methuen, is coming up. And I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't even want to do it back then, but I had to take it as part of a probation kind of thing. But as I say, we've only met about 2 years, but I've been on it for then, and you know, yeah, I've got this, you've got the hassle, of booking it, right? You've got the hassle of contacting your drug worker if you're going abroad. I go abroad twice a year. I go to Spain twice a year, right? And as I say, they've got to get all that sorted out, and as I say, they've got to get fucking all the chemistry, you've got all the bottles sorted out, and you've got to have make sure you've got your letter for the thing and that to make sure that when you land in Lanzarote that you've got that. So you've got, it's basically a fucking full-time job, and when you're trying to do other things in the meantime, it always gets in the way, and there's no point in being on it if it's going to interfere in your life. You know what I mean? And it's interfering in my life, and it's been interfering in my life for too long now, and I'm not doing it in my life. I'm just not doing it. And I've had, as I say, I'm always doing things like, I mean, it doesn't really make me lazy or nothing, but I'm always doing things. I'm working in the gardens and stuff like that. Just the fact you're chained to a chemist all the time. You know what I mean? It's no good. Well, I'm once a week. You know what I mean? I'm chained to a chemist once a week. I only go once a week, back my script up. And so, but it's the fact of being on methadone. You know what I mean? When you didn't need it, and you know, like others out there are struggling. So, you know what I mean? That's why I'm choosing to come doing it off my methadone, and for the sake of my own health and my family's health. And as I say, it takes that burden away from being for the chemist. But aye, it does. It takes. I've been told. I've never ever came off with methadone. I've never came down. This is me just started to come down now, last couple of days, and you know, alright so far. But I've been told that methadone is a very hard drug to come off with. But I'm not very ready for it. Yeah, you can always kind of be ready and be strong-minded, and just hope for the best. You know what I mean? Everybody reacts different, you know, to it. But we'll see when it comes to it. But thanks for that, Carl, Paul, for a wee bit of knowledge, because as I say, yeah, a lot of people do struggle and end up going back. I mean, they get themselves into like 5 mil, then they end up going back. And next minute, you know, they're way back working after rails. You know what I mean? And doing this and they're doing that, and it's sad. I mean, it's sad. I can remember one person who was off for a year. You know what I mean? Pure clean for a full year. Then, as I say, she just ended up back on it. I don't know why she ended up back on it, but well, I think I'll do for a chance for that, just to be well clean. Yeah, everyone. You know what I mean? When they be here anyway. We're not fucking here. With our magic powder now, we could just turn and take all the pain and aches away coming off from everyone. I'd take it. And believe me, I'd be Einstein. Oh, definitely. So guys, what's been happening in your neck of the wood? What's the kind of facilities in your area? Is it are they good facilities, kind of stuff like that, food banks or like pop? No, like we kind of places you can just go and sit and have cups of tea, and talk to people, stuff like that. You go in and like that in your area. I know Mary Hill, they've got the cafe in, and the what would you call that, food bank? They're doing well for themselves. Easter House, they've got that other one. They've got what do you call that? The community centre. They're doing good up there. And when I just spoke to the other day there, in Hackhill, it's a mad thing there. But they seem to be doing a lot doing that way. And as I say, it's good to take kind of advice from different cities and stuff like that, because Falkirk's just a wee town, and it's no go like big facilities like, as I say, the other week there we were up in Aberdeen and just walking about, and it was like a totally different thing. You just walk into these places and get a wee cup of tea and wee biscuit and all that, and you didn't pay for that, you know what I mean? It was like, well, how do we know what this new places, eh? You know what I mean? Then in Edinburgh, down in Edinburgh too, and there's places you can go and get a cup of tea and all that. And there's even places you can go and sit, you know what I mean, at night, you know what I mean, in Edinburgh. Is it the Kirkgate or no, the Cowgate in Edinburgh. You can go in there and sit at night if you're homeless. You know what I mean? Just sit in there at night and keep yourself dry and just sleep. You know what I mean? Which is great, you know what I mean? There's nothing like that in Falkirk or nothing like that, eh? There's no voting nothing like that in Falkirk. All you'll go to the soup kitchen. It's open well, no, 5 days a week, but it's only open for 2 hours or something like that, I guess. Can't remember. Something like 2 hours anyway. But it's shut a Saturday and a Sunday. You know what I mean? So you need somebody, you know what I mean? You need somebody to replace. You need somebody to replace that, you know, because people need something to eat on a Saturday and a Sunday. You know, don't get me wrong. The boy who owns it does give you like, food after service and that, eh? Take care of them and that, eh? But you know what I mean? It's a shame there's nothing involved with homeless and that, eh? And as I say, you didn't need to be sleeping in a seat to be homeless. You know what I mean? Sofa surfing, sleeping in flare, you know what I mean? Anything, you know what I mean? That's homeless, you know what I mean? But aye, there's folk that need made of this kind of stuff in it. And I've been going about different places and kind of taking in different ideas, that kind of things to put to folk at council. And because at the end of the day, it's no good at all. It isn't good at all for you. And people say there's not much homeless in folk and that, but go and read the stats, and believe me, there's a lot more people homeless in Falkirk than you actually think that. And nobody really bothers them. A lot of days take a piss at them, you know what I mean? And it's sad because they sit and beg and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? People didn't, honestly, people didn't sit and talk to them or nothing, man. They just take a piss at them and laugh at them and stuff like that or whatever. They just, it's sad. You got it's a caring. They don't care for the less fortunate, basically. You know what I mean? They'd rather laugh at somebody sitting in a blanket of them, or they'd rather stand and mock this person than help them. You know what I mean? So, as I say, thanks, Gavin. You know what I mean? It's sad, you know, because you got that tune, and you can guarantee you walk by them, right, and you see everybody in front just drawing them dirty looks, and you know what I mean, and walking away with this other side and all that, and you see the young men standing laughing at them and stuff fucking dirt at them and stuff like that, and you're like, ah, come on, the fuck are you doing? Give them a line. Oh, sorry, big man, that man. Come on, man, the fucking cameras are the post didn't do fuck all. I mean, the post just try walking in the town and they fuck all. They just laugh, right? And it's like, you serious, man? There's a guy getting attacked. In the day, man, he's a fucking no shop. You're a no shop like that. Wow. There's no shops up the town. What's the day and get into a barber's? They steal a pair of fucking barber scissors. Because all up that town in Falkirk is barber shops and second-hand shops. That's the only thing that's up Falkirk High Street. And cash converters. That's about it. And a couple of pubs. So what shop are they fucking stealing it? You know what I'm talking about? Because I don't know. They moved all the shops down to the retail park. You know what I mean? I mean, I showed you down where Tesco's is and Alpha's and the rest of it. And that's the main place now. And that's the main kind of place where you're shopping. Not the town centre. And I'm talking about, can't you park in the town centre? And you're getting chased down the street. And so it's no, you know what I mean, it's not fair. You know what I mean? Because there's other people desperate. You know what I mean? And sitting in a seat, and they only want a cup of tea or a wee cup of soup, you know what I mean? And you've got these twats abusing them, you know what I mean? And it's no nice, and or you've got the old people feel like you've got the high-rise flats in Calendar Park, you know what I mean? That's meant to be for the elderly people, not eh? They're putting like drug users in beside these people and single mothers and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? You can't be doing that, man. You know what I mean? I know people need to get housed and that, right? But there's plenty of other places in Falkirk that's lying empty, and I mean lying empty. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just leave that place up at the high rise flats at Calendar Park Lane. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean that's quiet enough for the citizens Falkirk. Eh? That's been like that for years. Just leave them alone. You know what I mean? But as I say, we still got to be housed at the same time for the homeless. Eh? So you can't, you know what I mean, grumble at that and or criticise it because at the end of the day the homeless are still going to be housed and we're all one. And, but it's just bad that Falkirk's coming this way. That's what I'm saying. It's just bad that Falkirk is actually coming to. I don't know. I don't know because there's things you hear in Falkirk that you'd never hear it, and I don't know where it's come from because back in when I was younger and that, you wouldn't hear what they're doing now. You know what I mean? And it's like I know generations and that have to change. I know that. I'm not sorry, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's why do why do they? So I don't know what happened there. Why do they need to keep doing that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's just sad. It's just sad. Why the youth think they can just take the piss out of other people and stuff like that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. You know what I mean? Slowly, we'll get there. But that's me got a couple of punch bags and what and the boxing gloves in, pads, mitts, stuff like that. I'm waiting for a boy phone me back. And as I say, all system go. And so that should be another good thing coming up the next couple of weeks. Plus there's a few other things coming up. Afternoon for you, Enoch. Afternoon for Falkirk. Love for me to you. How you doing, my brother? You been up to this afternoon? I was just talking about like how can you move on with if you're on methadone and your pals are like on cocaine and you kept getting called a junkie, right? Well, a cocaine user is just much a junkie as you are. So how can you know what I mean how can you move on for that? Well, my opinion on that is just stay away from them all and cut yourself away from people like that. Because if people are going to call you a junkie all the time, if it's your best pals or no, then stay away from them. Because at the end of the day, they're normally taking the piss with you and just to impress other people. You know what I mean? And didn't be anybody saying best. You know, it's all about, you know what I mean? Be your own person and stay away from that kind of people. Because if they're meant to be your best friends and stuff like that, but they still take the piss at you just to impress this and impress that, and then they're not your best friend and they're just using you. And so, as I say, and stay away from them. Cut yourself loose, buy yourself decent clays, decent clubber, and go in with it. You know what I mean? Good, buddy. Well done, my man. Aye, so as I say, that's it, pal. You think your pals would be trying to help you, and no call your names. You know what I mean? Or pick you down in front of other people. And but as it is, you know what I mean. But it's nice to see you're all up and about on the beautiful Monday. Oh, the Monday's a bad day of the week, you know. Oh, God. And, oh, the other missus. Now, hen, you're going to be quick break. That's good. That's good. That's good. Mind ask about that thing for me. Wouldn't know, but laugh out loud. Aye, that's what Bob's said. Aye, as I say, Blue Monday definitely is a Blue Monday. That's how I just jumped on. No, I jumped on because the other day there I made a remark about how how can you move on if people have gone you a junkie. I mean all the time in that when you're on methadone. I mean how you actually meant to do that. Well, as I say, just cut them out of your life and just stay away from them and follow your own path in life. And if it takes you so long, and it does, but at the end of the day, at least you know that you're going to have decent friends around you and no fake. You know what I mean? So just stick with it and just ignore the haters. I get it every day. I'm still getting it now. I mean, I still get videos made up about better now, but we all know how it is. But you know what I mean? Just leave it in it. Just carry on your life. Your life will get better. Trust me. Right, here we go. We've got the comedians in. But gee, it's the comedians that actually make my channel. And I like that. And I'll block the comments on that. Everybody reappearing. But as I say, I'll speak to anybody, man. At the end of the day, everybody's got their own opinion, whatever they want to do, but because at the end of the day, you make my channel better, I thank you, and everything's all good. And so, let's hear more. And so, it's a Blue Monday. Every Monday's a Blue Monday. So, what we do there is we just slide on and move on. And but so what's the rest of you up to for this afternoon? He's all working or he's all sitting in the house or what he's all doing. I'm just sitting here having a cup of tea. Then I'll go to be up Walcott Town Centre for one, pardon me, for an appointment. See what's going to happen. But I say I just want to come on, clear that up about the gyro, because as I say, that's just stuff like mate. So, oh, you can't beat that, mate. You can't beat that. I take it, it's nice and sunny for you other than in birthday boy. Yeah, day nice sunny. Yeah, it's fucking kind of cloudy and fog like no good. Oh, that should be good, my man. Good and a good night out for this over here now. And oh, that's good, my man. To two hours skill and one that. Do that, so you get your wee bit of time to yourself. Brilliant, and brilliant. Well, they did always say, when the baby sleeps, that's when you take your rest in it. Something like that. And oh, you're in South Wales, and oh, that's a part of the country I've never ever been to Wales. I've always liked to go to Wales, to be honest, yeah, but I've never ever been there. I know a guy, believe it or no, his name is Beckham. Beckham, sorry, and he's from Wales, and Scott Beckham is that's his name. I don't know where about in Wales he stays. I met him in prison, and he's always invited me down. I still got his number there, but as I say, I'll find out and I'll let you know where he is in Wales. Can I? But I always wanted to go to Wales. And fascinating place, eh? And a lot of history there. Yeah, I like that. I'm into my history stuff, eh? And I'm into my history. But as I say, get your new clutch, yes. And well, that's it, eh? It's all with money. Money, money, money. Everything money. Everything costs money. And it's just, you've got to do it, buddy. And I'm talking about, you've got to do it. Well, see, at the end of the day, see, at the end of the day, I don't know if it's selling it or whatever, but um, see, if you didn't take pride in your faith, you know what I mean? I will do, buddy. Well, you should take pride. You should take pride in the place where you come from, because at the end of the day, that's where you're born and bred. You know what I mean? And if you can't take pride in your country, or hell, people pay your own country, you know what I'm talking about, then there's a problem. You know what I mean? But as I say, aye, Falkirk. I keep going on and saying it's a blown place, but Falkirk's amazing. And Falkirk is a good place. There's a lot of good things in Falkirk that Waynes can do and tourists can see. But it's just because you're stood in that place for so long, you brought up in that place, you do kind of get, but you see it. So you know what I mean. It's like me come down to Wales, it'd be like, wow, you know what I mean. And you come up to Falkirk and like, oh, you know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of way, innit? That's the way it goes. But I'd like to go down to Wales, and I'll say to the missus and try and get down there, man, because aye, well, that in London, I'd love to go to London. Um, so that's one of the plans. One of the plans. Sorry about that. Well, you are very, very lucky, buddy. And you are very, very lucky on that. Because I'll tell you one thing I know, mate. And yeah, I've got a Rottweiler, Lola, and as I say, you can't beat the fresh air. I love the fresh air. I usually go up the local hills in Stirling, and as I say, me and my brother, and we just go up, camp, you know what I mean? Do wild camping, do whatever and that, and it is amazing. And as I say, you can't beat it. I recommend it to anyone, you know what I mean? As I say, because something like does, yeah, it clears your head, it takes all the stress, city life or town life or other kind of problems you've got in life away. So when you got into the mountains and that, it's just your brain and your head focused and cleared, and you just got there and just look down and just kind of it refreshes you. You know what I mean? It refreshes you. Right? Then if you want to go that God God walk, that's even better. That's even better, that God's walking, because you're walking up the God with the water running down you. Right? And it's freezing, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And sometimes you can slide down into the big pool of cold water. Amazing. Trust me. Yeah, you go up to Glenorchy Walls, they don't do that. But if you go up to towards Ben Ledy and Ben Warlock, they do that, and it's amazing. You'll never. Okay. Is it a long drive? How long does it take to get to London? Because if it's going to take a long time to drive, then I'd rather just go down the train. You know what I mean? You know, I'd just rather go down the train because you got an all night on a sleep and stuff like that. So you'd be kind of sorted. But as I say, London, I loved it just to go and see the big London Eye and stuff like that because all that kind of stuff, and all the buildings, they attract, you know what I mean? I like all the buildings and that kind of structure and stuff like that, I like all the structure stuff, and some of the buildings in there just look fantastic, and stuff like that. But that's what happens when you start coming off drugs, you start getting your adrenaline back, you start getting everything back towards you, and you're fighting and your heart back and stuff like that. So you'll go and do these things and that, So that's how I'm doing this, to try and steer people away and to get their life back. 7 hours back, up next day. It's a journey. It's a journey, like, It's a journey. And, but was it, or was it just work-wise, or was it something today, or stuff like that? But that's like a journey to some do it. You know what I mean? It's a hell of a journey. It's a hell of a journey, aren't we? But, aye. Yeah. But as I was saying about the food banks, yeah. Aye, it's good. It's good at each community in each city reaching out to each other, the food bank wise, and helping. You know what I mean? It's, you've got to give it thumbs up, man, and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, if this place has got a shortage of food and stuff like that, then it's good that they can phone up and go, listen, I need this, I need that. And, you know what I mean? Without any hassle. And then going like, I've got spare this, I've got spare here. And it's going to take me 20 minutes because I've got to come all the way through. Brilliant, yeah, brilliant. At least someone's getting fed. At least someone's getting fed. You know what I mean? So that's good that food banks are actually starting to work with each other and go out there in the area and help each other out, kind of stuff. So, thumbs up to that. Well done. And thanks, Robert. How you doing, Robert? You doing okay? But so that's a good one. As I say, didn't expect that, but as I say, it was a surprise. But well done to them for doing that. KLFB, and because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't know. And at the end of the day, Glasgow's a big city, so I don't know why they run the food runner. But anyway, but other than that, have you got to pay? Got to pay? That's terrible, sir, isn't it? No, that's it, Robert. Buddy, you know what I mean? You just got to you just got to work along, pal. You know what I mean? Another say, and take each day by day, and things take time. Because of the COVID pandemic, sorry. Things, people work clogged up. Stuff's going to take a wee bit longer, but I'll get there, and I've nothing to prove to anybody, pal. You know what I mean? And I just thank all my viewers and all my subs. You know what I mean? I'm not bothered with 50 subs. It doesn't bother me. At the end of the day, I'm here today for the community and the youth. Go for fucking medals. Not even like that. Congestion charge about 150. Oh my God, sir. Is that done to drive through London, like? That's £115 to drive through a city. Wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine them doing that up in Glasgow or Edinburgh or Aberdeen, Dundee? You know what I mean? Ask them fucking for £115 to drive through a city. Would they get lynched? No, that wouldn't harm. Would not harm. Wow. Our government, what's our government all about? You know what I mean? We're just I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong, but England's sitting there charging £115 to drive through the city centre, right? Scotland's no charging a bill. You know what I mean? Are we missing something? Are we actually missing something? You know what I mean? I don't know. But 15. I thought you said 115. Wait, see, man. But even at that, £15, £40, you know what I mean? That's still you know what I mean? Just to drive in a bit of fucking tarmac in to get in. I just didn't understand that. I just didn't. How can they get away with that? How can they get away with that when you can drive through your city centres with fuck all, really? You know what I mean? I'm not saying we should do that in our country, not at all. No, I'm against that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. But well, I never da. To be honest, with you, I only fucking. I mean, I'm in the drive through. It was actually £15. Sorry, it wasn't 115. But never da. That's a bit terrible, like, eh? You know what I mean? Wow, wow. You know what I mean? And what people know that £15. What did they do then? We've not got that money on you. Take your car off you. You know what I mean? That's fucking serious. Eh? No, that's sweet serious. But we've got this we've got away with that. Oh, right. Aye. Fucking hell. Nah. That's no, there's no another route that there's no another route that you can take to kind of get stay away with that. Of course it's gonna be scary. You know, fuck. End up a guy in a bike, you're off. You jailed, eh? Oh, wow. Nah, it's not for me. No, I shouldn't be smoking. I'm sorry. I do apologise for that. I shouldn't be smoking. But I'm just back with the, as you can see, I'm looking on. Yeah. Pick up, pick you up on cameras for Big Brother about as usual. And that's no good, like, eh? That's no good at all. And cameras everywhere, to be honest with you. And that's no good at all. And no good at all. But well, people, I'm going to love these and leave these now because I'm going to go because we've got an appointment at 1 o'clock up in Falkirk about something new. So it's been nice talking to you this afternoon. And as I say, I will catch up with you on Friday at 7 p.m. Okay? So I'm going to say love from me to you, gloves up, drugs down, and I'll catch you all soon. Okay? So please like, share, subscribe, and stay safe. And nice speaking to you. And I'll speak to you on Friday. Okay? Bye bye.